How to replace battery in Bose QC45 headphones. Hey, I'm Jonathan with Central Sound. Here I have a Bose QC45 replacement battery, our cooling gel ear pads right here, and also a replacement cable with a mic and volume control. If you need any parts for this headset, you can tap right up there. First thing you'll want to do is remove the ear pad from the left side. Here I have our cooling gel ear pad installed. I'm going to remove that, and it just unclips. Gently pinch and pull away from the ear cup, and there's a fabric mat here with adhesive which comes off fairly easily. Just peel that right off. Apply some heat. I have this set at 200 degrees. Be careful not to apply heat inside the ear cup. Keep it close to this plastic cover. Once the adhesive is loosened, you can cut through it. So I'm using a small thin blade here to cut through and loosen up that adhesive. Once you're done cutting through and loosening the adhesive, you can apply another tool to separate the plastic battery cover piece. Here I have a spudger, and just be careful not to crack this piece. So you just want to pry upward slowly and work your way all the way around. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more helpful videos on replacing parts for headphones and headsets. Here we have our screws. There are two screws holding the back cover piece on, so we're going to remove those two screws right there. And once those two screws are removed, you can pull off the back cover. Be careful because there are wires connected, so you do not want to damage any connections in there. So gently pull it off. As you can see, there is a ribbon connector piece attached, so that's fine. You can leave that attached. Make a diagram of what format the wires connect to. So it's white, black, and red. I'm going to start with the white wire, and we're going to desolder this white wire from the contact point, and then also I'm just going to move my way down to the black wire and then also the red wire. Here I have the soldering iron at 365 degrees temperature Fahrenheit, and I'm not using any flux, and you may not need to use flux, but you can if you would like to. Once the wires are disconnected, be sure to cover the contact point of the red wire. You don't want to short out the battery or cause any problems. Now gently place the back cover over and flip it. And now I am going to loosen this battery. There is some adhesive on the battery holding it in place, so I'm just working my way around the battery, loosening up that adhesive. So you want to be careful not to puncture or rupture the battery, so try to loosen it up in a gentle manner with something dull. And it seems loosened, so I'm going to pull it up there and pry up, and it should come out easily. Once it is loosened, then you can pull the wires through here. And I lost my piece of tape there. That's okay, just set it aside. So that's the original battery. It is a stock battery in there. And here is our replacement battery. So this is an upgraded version, so it should last a little bit longer than the original version. And you want to make sure that that red wire also is covered and before you insert them through the little hole there. So, insert all 3 wires through there, and then turn it to the side and finish pushing the wires through and set the battery in place. And now you can work on soldering the wires to the contact points. So make sure to keep that red one covered until you're ready to solder it. So we got the white one, which is first, and then next will be the black wire. So if you are new to soldering, just take your time with it. Be careful not to melt any plastic components around. So the black wire and then the red wire, and give a little quick tug, make sure it's on there tight enough. So once it is installed, I'm going to check to make sure there's power going through there and the battery's getting some juice. So I'm going to plug up in the charger cable, and I'm getting indication that there is power going through, so it's a good sign. I'm going to unplug that and continue to reassemble the ear cup piece. So just gently hold those wires down and to the side. And what I'm going to do is just place that back cover on there, position it flush and accordingly, and flip it over. And what I'm going to do is screw these screws back in first. And then make sure the battery is positioned. I'm going to apply a little bit of heat to this old adhesive. If you don't have any adhesive, you could just apply a little heat, or even super glue will work too if you have that around. So I just apply some heat and put it on there. Apply some pressure to let it dry. It does dry very quickly, so hold it on there, hold some pressure on there for a little bit. And then once the battery cover is securely in place, you can apply the mat back on. So here is a new mat. Once again, we sell replacement sets of ear pads for this model as well. The QC45, we have different colors, and also our cooling gel upgraded ear pads. So you just position that mat in place, stick it on there, and then once it is in place, you can attach the ear pad back on. So there is a small rim on the back, and you want to make sure that rim fits underneath the small plastic clips on the inner ear cup piece. So I use my thumb here to kind of clamp down on it and push that rim underneath those clips. So you could hear the snapping sound, which is a good sign. You may or may not hear a snapping sound. So just work your way all the way around. Make sure that the rim is pushed under those small plastic clips. And they appear to be all in there. Oh, we got one here that looks like it's not secure. Now that the ear pad is installed, the job is finished. So I'm going to plug it in once more just to make sure everything's connected, working properly. Might take a minute for the LED to go on, but there it is. So I have indication there is power going through the unit. So I'm going to probably plug that in a little bit later. So we have our cooling gel, ear pads, our replacement batteries as well, which are an upgraded battery, give you a little more listening time, and we also have our replacement cable here for the Bose QC45. It has a 2.5 millimeter jack and a 3.5 millimeter jack. It has the volume and mic control on there as well. So thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel.